start it properly. Let's do it properly. Okay, well, a bit of a shaky start there. Pressed the wrong buttons, but anyway, we're here. 3 other people here, plus me watching the chat bot. There we go. Todd's around. He's got an electrician coming in to do some changing of some light fittings, I believe. He'll be joining us shortly. He is in the channel. He's just floating around between things. Anyway, so who's here today? G'day. Happy Songkran for everybody. What's everybody doing? Everybody getting soaked to death, being water gunned. You know how it goes. Anyway, here we are. I've been playing Red Dead again. Until somebody actually pops up and says something, then I might as well just go back to playing Red Dead. Where are we? I need to go and talk to somebody.
You ain't gonna turn us in, are you?
Yeah, okay.
That's good, girl.
Where have we got to go? I've got to go and talk to her, so. Mark in Thailand, g'day, happy Songkran. Are you enjoying your Songkran holiday? And of course David's there, he must have popped out for a coffee. G'day Dave, how's Songkran going for you? I believe I've got to do something here that's going to get me to trouble. Oh yes, we've had a few warm days over the last few days, haven't we?
Selling it back to where it came from.
Why? I ain't got a market for it. They made it. They must have someone to sell it to.
Moonshine.
We're lonely out here. I think we'll cut ourselves a deal.
I get you.
You and Dutch was just doing your duty when you requisitioned it. Now I'm doing mine.
All right. I should get going now.
Paul Leverage. Leverage. Yeah, okay, I got that right. Happy Songkran. I mishit.
Sure, okay.
Oh yes, well, it's too bad you don't get to the 30th. Yeah.
You know the way?
Yeah. I bet.
David, I'm here in Bangkok. Does anybody know where there's a good place to get organic fruits and vegetables?
After blowing up the Braithwaite stick,
Um,
right?
I think the good citizens taking the trouble to return their stolen goods deserve some.
just quiet so I can talk. Here I'm in the good fruits, organic fruit. Well, again, when you say organic fruits, you know how organic is organic. But when it comes to fruit and vegetables, I know Mother gets all that stuff for our house, and she just gets this little side kiosk on the side of the road, about 200 yards down the road that she gets it from. It's always fresh. But this is the way, but we're not quite in Bangkok, we're in the outskirts. I'm sure you'll find, sort of some street vendors around the corner somewhere. They hide in all the weirdest spots. But there's plenty of markets around the place, just got to watch out for the water throwing at the moment. You're having a quiet Songkran. I don't think that, well, again, we're having a quiet one here as well. More to the point is the fact that we went out and did the temple thing. Was it Thursday? We did Temple Thursday. We did nothing yesterday. Oh, Chanya went out and did a couple of things with a few of her friends. We stayed at home. Well, I stayed at home. But today I believe we've got something lined up after about 2 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to go out and play with the kids. Put our pretty shirts on and everything else. Have they sold all the houses in you? I believe so. I believe everything here has got curtains on the windows now. So this estate is fully, occupied. I see no for sale signs, so nobody's moving out any short time soon. I think people who bought here bought just at the right time, and I don't think they'll give it up very, very soon because the housing prices have doubled, or not really doubled, but they've gone up quite dramatically in the last 2 years. Can have high pesticides. I try to avoid. Yes, that's right. Yeah, just got to watch out. You got to look around. It's one of those sort of things. It's a investigation. You'll know what's good to buy. Like, for instance, if I was in Bangkok, if I was in Hulang Pong area on that sort of side, in Bangkok, I'd be down to sort of Chinatown buying my fresh food. It's always fresh, pretty going through Chinatown. If I was up near the what do you call it, the King's Residence, whatever it is, the palace. There's a market slightly east of that near the Klong. When you're going more out towards Sukhumvit, I think you've got to get off the beaten track a little bit and get down some of the side streets. There's always vendors down the side streets. Anyway, I understand that I can't attest to the pre-market journey to said fruit. Yes, getting there is always fun. Now, where was I going?
Reward, don't you? And it's time we made
Good
a
morning,
formal
all.
introduction,
Hello.
like Dutch told us.
Good morning, all.
You got your electrician Sparky turned up yet?
Yeah, it turned up, fixed, and believe it or not, for the first time since I moved in, I have every single light working.
Every light working. Oh my God. You could have done it all yourself, but it's not your house, so you got to go through the process of getting the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But as everyone knows, I'll put my mic a bit closer. As everyone
What
knows,
about your camera too? So they can't see you. There he is.
I've got my camera on.
No, just come on then. Just come on then.
Oh, okay.
I had to click into the window to get it to actually register. So.
Okay.
Hey, go on.
No, hang on. I've got to get my levels now. I've been racing around. What was I saying? Yeah. Forget now. Doesn't matter. Happy Songkran, everyone.
Happy Songkran, yeah. So, anybody got any tales of woe? We had something come through from Jerry yesterday. I suppose Jerry won't mind, I'm sure. If I can get that up on screen somehow. Come on, can we have that? Let's go to that. Let's go to this one here.
Hi, Marky Mark. Hello, Jack.
No,
Chris.
let's just
David. Paul.
Okay, so Jerry did send us this little piece out last night. Let me see if I can get that up on screen. Is that going to play? That's not going to play. Really? Why won't you screen? Because I'm screen. What am I doing? I'm streaming the. I'm streaming the game. No, okay. I've got to put it over here. That's why. Okay. So this is Jerry last night. In a place we all love to hate.
Where's that? That's.
It's across from Nana. There's the bunny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could take it or leave it. I'm not in any great hurry to go out and get splashed on in a place like Nana.
No.
I don't mind going out and playing with people I know, because it's all fun that way. But, just, running around splashing water on strangers, yeah, it's okay 1 or 2 times when you come over to play for the first time or second time. But after that, it gets a bit old. It's all right for the kids to do it, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's okay to be a kid once in a while as well. So, But I can't get the whole idea why you'll be out there for 3 days in a row, getting burnt to a crisp, getting soaked to the skin, losing, getting soaked wallets, trying to eat your corn dogs without them getting splashed on. Yeah, I got better things to do. Okay, so
AFL game being played in Mount Barker today. Are you kidding, Chris? I know the Oval, and the Oval can only fit something like 3,500 people in it. I mean, it may have changed since I last played footy there. I mean, I've actually played a couple of games at the Mount Barker Oval.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, it's good they're getting AFL out into the country.
Mark,
let's go. Sorry, mate.
I was going to say, Mark, I got a little wet yesterday, but Bang Chung goes off on Monday. That's right. Yeah,
Weird.
It is weird how they do it all different sort of locations. But hey, this is Thailand. We don't worry about it.
Brisbane versus North Melbourne. So the Crows or Power aren't playing. Jeez. Turnout won't be good. Very bipartisan supporters in Adelaide. So Monday is the day, Marky Mark, because that's the day I come down to see you guys. I thought it finished on the 15th.
I know, it depends on which location. I think down that way it's 2 or 3 days later, because I know when we went to Chong, was it not Katsuma, but it's sort of the one down near Buddha's Footprint. We did. We got some relatives down there, and one Songkran we spent down there, and that was 3 days after Bangkok, and they were just having something down there.
Wish I'd known, I would have delayed my trip. No wonder that, because unfortunately I can't use our mate Kun Mike to take me down, so I've had to look at another service. So I've got my fingers crossed they're actually going to turn up on Monday to take me down.
Yes, Jerry, Lev, we've got plans to be heading into somewhere. I just don't know what all the plans are, but we're going to hang out with Chanya and the girls this afternoon. We've got the GoPro is all charged and waterproof and ready to go, so we might get some footage of some craziness. What else we got happening? Yeah, so I don't know whether we're going to end up in Bangkok. I just know we're hanging out with them for a few hours, have a few whiskies, and probably eat some food and some hilarity somewhere. A little bit of breast grabbing with all the lady boys. So that's okay. You can do that with the lady boys. It's okay. It's all as long as you know them. But yeah, so that's this afternoon. Tonight, maybe we get into Bangkok tonight. I don't know what Shanya's got planned. She might, decide to stay there, and if we're not in Bangkok, we may mosey on into Bangkok ourselves. We'll play it by ear. I'll have my battery charger there, so I can get a bit of footage, as long as the camera doesn't get too. But bring yours as well. You got yours charged up?
I'll have to find it, mate. Like I said, I've been trying to get the house fixed, so everything's sort of mishmashed at the moment.
So,
I'll find it.
We think if you get it on charge or something, it's sort of we can do some B-roll as well, maybe.
Yeah.
Son just hasn't quite got the whole. The last video we did, which was on Thursday, when we went to the temple, she's getting the idea of the B-roll. It's going to take a few weeks, a few weeks to get comfortable with it. I've got the audio on for her now, so we can probably get some lip syncing. But yeah, we'll see how we go with this. She wants to feel more involved in the video, but she gets concerned about the fact that she doesn't speak good English. But we all know she speaks great English, but it's a Thai thing. And I start talking, and she doesn't really follow the conversation of what I'm talking about, because it's a little bit too many words. Port mark. Yeah, anyway, so we'll see how we go. But we'll play it by ear. But we are heading in somewhere at about 2 o'clock. So I'm ready to go. Well, apart from I've got to get some appropriate clothing on. You know what I'm really looking for? I have not found a pair of, those, back in the 80s you get board shorts. Board shorts, the nylon board shorts, heavy nylon board shorts, because you're on the board. Do you think you can find a pair of board shorts anywhere in Thailand? Again, nobody surfs.
That's right. Surf shorts. I've got like 4 or 5 pairs back in Adelaide somewhere, but I've got no idea where they are.
So that's the sort of thing you need for Songkran, because they're good, they're solid. You can put your wallet in there and put it in a plastic bag, and you feel everything's secure. The swimming stuff, the shorts I got for swimming, they're a little bit loose around the crutch area, loose around everywhere, and you don't want to be freeballing down the middle of Songkran. Too much information, but just I miss a good pair of board shorts. That's all. But I'll just go on black shorts, go on cotton shorts. But anyway.
Well, I've only got those ones I bought when we were away in Pattaya, so that's it. That's what I'll be wearing today.
Yeah. I'll work something out. I've got a couple of pairs of shorts that'll be appropriate. But they're cotton, unfortunately. They stay wet forever. Well, not so much in this weather. They'll stay wet for 15-20 minutes.
It's very warm outside at the moment.
Yes. And I got no sunscreen. God, you don't even think about sunscreen here in Thailand. Isn't that weird? I never think, because like it's Thailand. Nobody wears sunscreen, but nobody really gets all that burnt either, except when you're on the bike or out in the middle of the sun, in the middle of Songkran. That's when I got burnt last time. Was in Songkran. It was 3 years ago up in Prai. We're out in the sun there for about 4 hours. Come back and I've had a bit of heat stroke, sunburn on the back of the neck there. Ouch! Ouchies. Anyway. Bring a change of clothes and come to the condo and get dry. Oh, okay, so we've got a bit of a plan there, okay, so I don't think we need to bring a change of clothes. But that means taking bags and everything else with you. I've got my Playboy bag. That might be alright. Avoiding patio at the moment, traffic is bedeling. I could imagine. It's the sort of place you don't want to drive. But opposite, we've been driving around the last 2 days. Like we went down to, we did the temple run on Thursday. We went down to, Wednesday we did lunch down in Summit Sakon. Driving around, no traffic. Mate, it's great. The only time I ever really want to drive in Bangkok is Songkran. But just got to avoid a few streets because of the water. But, because there's no traffic. Everybody's gone away. It's great. Try the Zada. Well, I've had a look, but the thing is you can't feel it. Like some of the stuff you see, they look great, but what you get in the bag, you just never know. You like to feel that really heavy, that board short nylon, I don't know if you've ever been surfing, but surfers know what I mean. Yeah, that's a question. That's a skin whitening cream. I think that's in reference to the suntan lotion. I think she's got one of those whitening creams that's got an SPF 30 plus in it. Backup plan: the bus.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the bus. It just and it doesn't get you much slower down there.
No, it's just from where we are. It's taxi. Train, bus station. Yeah, bus. Hopefully the bus turns up on time. Yeah. Finding the right bus. And then getting down there. But I looked into doing the bus trips around the place, and it's the only frustration I have, apart from all the little niggly bits that you and I talk about, is lack of information. Or up-to-date information. If you find something, it's not up to date. So I couldn't find a schedule. Marky Mark's helped me out with the one that his wife uses, but there is no schedule online to plan. Okay, I need to catch the taxi this time. That'll get me to the train. I need to catch the train to get me to Bang Sue at this time. Then, then the buses aren't at Bang Sue. They're at the one before, and and then they don't have a bus route down there. They've only got, okay, we go to this town, this town, this town with no time. So, and out of everyone, Wazza, you know my brain, it needs information.
Oh yeah. You need to know. You like to be prepared, you know.
Yeah. So I don't know, Marky Mark. If the taxi doesn't, because I booked the taxi 2 weeks ago. I've sent them two messages since to confirm you're still arriving on Monday. Yeah.
Good.
But if I can compare it to the electrician that I've been dealing with over the last 2 days,
That could mean anything.
could mean awesome guy and everything. But
2 weeks. Two weeks.
I'll come in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And then yesterday morning the doorbell's ringing, and I'm thinking, okay, I haven't ordered anything on Lazada. No. Security guys check up on me to make sure I'm okay, but they saw me the day before because I did a Frogger run.
Mm-hmm.
I got no idea. Maybe Wazza coming for a coffee or something. No, Wazza's online. Go downstairs. It's a bloody electrician. I'm going, okay, but I want these lights fixed. So I got the lights fixed. And I got to say, you're not allowed to defame anyone. I got to use code words. The previous wiring or installation that was
Done here,
is shocking.
It's interesting though.
Yes.
Isn't this interesting? This
Pun intended.
Right, but see, this Muban here, this is probably built maybe a year after that Muban, on age-wise.
Yeah.
There's a couple of 3-bedroom houses in your Muban still going, and they want 5.2 million for them.
Yeah.
Right, and the way they sort of justify it is the fact, well, they got the gym and the pool, which is a small, gym and a small pool, token, but the place, it's supposed to be HISO, and all the fittings are supposed to be, the top quality and everything else. Like this Muban here, this is one that's been done to look pretty, but it's done with, budget fittings around the windows, Well,
Yep.
it is aluminium alloy. It's alloy, it's not plastic. It's all done properly, but there are little finesse things like the plastic doors where you've got wooden doors on yours. There's little things like that in this house versus ours. And ours are only 3.8 million. And you keep on looking at really, and then you tell me about the wiring, all the stuff that's unseen looks like it's been done even worse than has been done here.
Well, I don't. That's you and I talk about it, and I'll probably get flamed for it, but I don't care. My OCD is having a hard time at the moment because we get taught, and you and I spoke about it the other day. Why don't things last? Why aren't things built
To last,
to be useful for longer than 3 months? And that's, I suppose, it goes back to my late grandfather. He was an engineer, same as you, and everything. If you're going to do it right.
Gonna work.
Or don't do it at all.
Yeah.
That was what I was taught. But all the plastering around the bottom of the house is peeled off. So, i.e., they didn't put the right sub wash on there to make it water resistant.
Yeah, it could be it could be a number of things like subsiders.
The stairs have got I suppose a fifth of an inch of gap now because the front of the house is dipping and the back of the house, and I'm going, if I paid for this house I'd be going unter.
Yeah.
But yeah, and when the electrician's pulling out the wires yesterday, he's going, oh no, I've got to extend the wire, because he couldn't even get to the step-down transformer of one of the lights.
Mm-hmm.
The wire was that short
Yeah.
that he couldn't even get to the connection. So it's like, all right.
Yeah. Well, you get that. So this is the thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just
Thailand.
it's, like the people that build this Muban here. They've got another estate on size C that they're building now. I haven't had a look at it yet, but we should go around there at some stage. And I've been asking Chanya to sort of try to organise these things, but we've had other things over the last month, so that hasn't really transpired. But she's got it in her mind. We're going to look at the one up here, that A Living, the one that's got the 1.8 million, three bedroom terraces.
Okay. Is that down on your?
Yeah, she seems
hang
to.
on.
Well, down near the restaurant down there. But yeah, so we might have going to do that one because that one went up very, very quickly. But she seems to think she knows somebody who can get us to pop in there and have a look at those places. Basically, what we did when we were doing for our house, I think she thinks that we could do that and explore a little bit of this sort of stuff. And I've said, well, make some inquiries because I'd like to look at other stuff so that other people might want to know. Like I know, Jen, he's got a house over here in Sully or somewhere, but he's already asked about what else is available. But it's just one of the things. We're not house hunting anymore, so it hasn't been priority. But I think Chanya wants to look around. It's more about the fact that we've got our house and we're comfortably set up, and it does look like we really managed to get at the big bottom of the curve there because it's really just which is good. Not really complaining about that. Of course, next year, I don't know. Let's hopefully the interest rates come down because that's when we're going to a variable interest rate. Yeah.
You can't refinance. It's locked in with the bank now, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. It's nothing to do with me. But I said you could refinance, but then of course you just extend the whole thing. You're just paying interest on interest. You better to try to get that down quickly. Make sure that you've got a loan that you can pay off interest and principal on extra. That may be one way around it. Make that extra payment per year. You can knock 3 years off your home loan.
Mark, settling cracks in a floor tile, but the builders looked and will replace it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I understand settling, and Wazza and I have spoken about this. I mean, my place is like a year older than, or it's not that much older than yours, I don't think.
No, not much at all.
So it should have settled by now. But there's cracks appearing everywhere. But I keep it nice and tidy and clean, and make sure the owners are looked after with their rent. So that's all I can do as a tenant. So
yeah, and we've got some cracks in Mum's little extension because those footings for that concrete slab were not to my liking. That was when they were using some guy jumping up and down on them, and they only went down like maybe sort of 12 foot. Two of those 3 foot little poles. They dropped a few of those, but only dropped 2 on each of the ends, and I think it just wasn't down to bedrock. Because when we did the front for the carport, they took down that like 20 metres before they hit bedrock, and that wasn't with the sledgehammer system they were sinking those things. It wasn't moving. Whereas these guys here, they were only jumping on the poles, to push them down. I thought this is a recipe for disaster, but hey, it's settled. It's got some cracks in it, but there's no leaks. We've had somebody come out and sort of patch up one of the corners there, but hey, so that was done by family friends, so nothing's said about that. It's interesting. That was a friend of the family builder who did the extension thing there. And a year after, and it's got big cracks and hasn't been done properly. But hey, it's all right. I'm not complaining.
there's an art to it. Like when Fidel was alive, he tried to explain the art of disagreeing with a Thai person, and it is an art. You have to, I probably couldn't do it. I mean, Fidel did it on my behalf a couple of times, which was very much appreciated. But it is something that, if you do it correctly, everyone wins. It's just a matter of making sure no one loses, and try and do that with an argument or a discussion you have with someone in a Western country. Because the mindset is, I've got to win, you've done wrong, so you've got to lose. It's a different type of concept completely.
Built on sand and deep piles. This place is just turned once. I've been expecting the odd crack. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. They go up so quickly, and it's a flood basin. It's it's basically quicksand in some sort of in some respect. It's just. But hey, not complaining. As long as they take it down to the footing deep enough, then it's all right. But that's the thing, you can't guarantee unless, of course, you sort of saw them building it from the very onset. You'd have to, like, I know, just up near the Big C Market, just up on the top of our road here, building something new there, and I'm going, I don't know what they're building there, but those pylons only look like they've gone down to 12 feet as well. Wonder how stable that building's going to be, sort of a year from now. But hey, I don't know. Is there building ordinance things that have to be checked off? I don't know. Things go up so bloody quickly here, and then of course you see so many tin shed lean-tos. I think it's an afterthought, isn't it? The safety elements and building elements.
Well, speaking to Afan, Fidel's brother, he's in architecture. Yeah, they've got to go through a lot of hoops to get stuff done. But having said that, you can grease the wheel to get things done
quicker.
Yeah, expedite things.
Yeah, there's always a way around it. Pat Thai's joined us. Hello, Pat Thai. How are you? Sweet cup. Good. You've been out there playing in the water, or? Oh no, you're back in Sydney. Cool Sydney. Okay. Cool Sydney.
Yeah, it's winter.
Oh, okay.
Should be winter.
Yeah.
Or coming up winter.
April doesn't get that cool in April, does it? Maybe it does. It's been so long now. It's been so long to even sort of think down those levels. So anyway, what else have other people been doing? Like our life, what we do. But what's everybody else been doing? Oh, we like to know what other people do. Any people? Of course, I know what Jerry does because he makes videos now. Nobody else. Mark, you've been making a few little snippets on Facebook. That's not much. Beautiful clear sky and fresh air. Well, I think that's typical of Sydney autumn. Yes, I think tops are about 23 to 25 in autumn. It does get a bit crisp in the morning. Me, on the other hand, I'm just quite happy doing what I'm doing. Those drugs they got me on seem to have settled down my stomach a bit. But now I'm more concerned. I go to see them again tomorrow. Okay, so I know I want to be sort of taking these for the rest of my life. What's causing it? What's causing the imbalance? I'm pretty sure there's some sort of something I'm eating that's causing it. What's the name of Jerry's Never Bored in Thailand? I think it is.
Yep. Jerry's Never Bored in Thailand.
We'll be in Thailand for 2 months at Christmas time. Oh, well, hopefully I can catch up with you. And retired in Florida. Haven't had him over here yet. Greetings and thanks for the stream. Have you heard about another YouTube streamer from Thailand, Right for Kicks? Yes, we have heard. Where I've sort of sent, the odd message of thoughts, towards that area without being in your face and try to, leverage the clickbait aspect of it, which can happen. Like how do you sort of give sincere condolences to somebody who has a social profile? come across and see. I don't know. It's just things like that should challenge me. I just try not to be in their face. It was a long battle, but wasn't wasn't as long as some. I know one of my friends in Australia, she had cancer on and off for like 10 years until it ate her insides out. They're the sort of cancer bouts you just don't want to have to deal with. But I think V was actually quite lucky, and it was a fairly quick departure without too much suffering, which is what I understand anyway. It's hard to see them go, especially when they're young. Jorgen, good morning. Nice to see the live stream. I'm awake too long with a beer tonight. I'm 6 hours behind you. So you still he hasn't gone to bed yet. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, Jorgen. Lucas is he's been doing everything he could do in that sort of situation. It's exactly like I'm doing everything I can do within my power here for young Ben as well. But all I can do is just try to sort of be part of the recovery process, try to engage him in conversation, try to spark some process of make him want, because in these sort of states there's not much driving force to do much. It's something that has to be built. But we do exercises with him because he's got half his body working, and you can talk to him. So you say nung, and he can hold one finger up, song, and he's recognising words. But I don't want us to get too much into it. But it's going to be one of those long processes of rebuild. But I did have a message from Vance. He was telling me about his ordeal when he was 14. Similar situation, car accident. A car landed on his head, and he was incapacitated, paralysed, half his body, the whole thing. But he's 60 odd years old now, and pretty much up in there. And he's a medical practitioner. He was doing sort of epidemiologist, I think is his profession. Mm-hmm. So it didn't really have any sort of negative side effects in the long term, apart from some physical scarring, which is unique to Vance. That's just Vance. That's it. We just know Vance. That's Vance. I think he's going to have some battle scars too. Like he's got battle scars on his right leg from that accident he had a couple of years ago. They're horrific looking scars. But guys, they're just war wounds. Anyway, moving right along. We don't like to dwell too much on his plight. He'll get better. Just take some time. Kunvi has become your guardian angel now. Very good. Anything you're returning us May 2nd of May. What do we need? At least sure. I must start keeping a list of things that maybe I need, but nothing really comes up to mind anymore.
Yes, something's just popped into my mind. I helped Mayor Groves out. I actually need some new razors.
Oh, razors!
I've got a Gillette Ultra thing that's got the 4 blades and something, and I thought when I was back in Australia, I had enough of the cartridges because I've got like a 6-pack that I put in my wet bag, and when I got back here, 4 out of the 6 I'd already used and put back in the little slots to make sure they weren't flowing around the wet bag. So, but I'll speak offline with you, Pat. So.
I don't know, razors. I've had this thing here. Seriously, I've had this Phyllis Aquashave for like 15 years now. Still original blades, and it still does the job. It probably doesn't do as efficiently as it did when it started, but I don't know why people don't use them more. Anyway.
I tried to use an electric razor, and it cuts the skin.
Yeah.
well, and as you know, when you hit sparse areas and you have to shave every morning with your Cups canteen, you can't exactly plug your electric razor into.
Yeah. That's yes, but yeah, like I said, I never worry about razors. I do have a razor, but I use a dry blade every so often because sometimes the electric razor just misses one or two little ones, and you've got to just knock the heads off those. But depending on how close you want to shave. But most of it's just the feel more than anything else, other than the look. Yeah, I can't use a blade razor, so it doesn't worry me. Every time I use a blade razor, I start looking like Norman Gunston.
No.
Even with the triple and the twin blades, I still look like Norman Gunston.
But it's the opposite way around with me when I.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah. Because I have tried, it just won't cut properly. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Anyway, so Jorgens there sent us some chocolate money. Very good, thank you. We love chocolate. Morning, morning guys. How's your Songkran been? Well, me and Chanya did Temple on Thursday. She went out and did a few things with a few of her friends yesterday. I suppose I could have tagged along, but I would have been like a fifth wheel in that sort of situation. They were just being typical South Song crazy girls. We're going to do that again today, but a bit more in general public. They were doing it more in crazy girl land, and quite frankly, it's the sort of thing that I like to look at every so often, but I can't participate. Gotta let them be what they want to be. It's all right. Anyway, no problem. We'll visit Costco next week. They sell them in bulk. Is that right? Good. Warren wants board shorts. Yes. So size 30. Well, yeah, Australian sizes. Okay, it's up to 36 waist, wouldn't it? Yeah, 36 waist. Good thigh. Space as well. None of these tight. I know I had one pair that like hugged your thighs. That was too tight on the board. You got up, and almost castrate yourself every time you tried to jump on your board. They didn't last long before I got those ones off and a new pair. Yeah. Something about board shots. You have to try them on. They've got to get the full sizing.
Yeah.
So you don't never get grandma or even your best friend to buy your board shorts. They'll be the wrong size.
Oh, Pat, very funny.
G-string. Been there, done that a few times. Not good on board, not good on a board, but and it's probably scary in public pools. But outside that, it can turn a few heads. Oh my God, dental floss. I've seen some bikinis that have more. I've shown thinner than dental floss, but anyway. Not show you in I'm not going to show. No, I'm not going to get that one. Those photos don't exist. Thank God for that. Have an Indian tailor make you a pair of board shorts? Can give you a good deal. I have maybe. So I have an Indian tailor. Yeah, I mean, I hate to even think about it. Thanks, need to get that. Didn't they? Good idea. Yeah, okay. Good. I just can't think of the stuff that what do I need in Australia? I got last Vegemite. That'll last for 6 months.
Yeah, I got beetroot for you, mate. That's still at my place.
But again, I can get Vegemite over here. It's like Richard was just saying. Some of the things he's buying in this area is more expensive than they are in the States, and that can happen if you're going to be buying things like what they call flip-flops, for farangs, because Thai have small feet, so the big sizes must be farangs. So they're going to charge you more for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It takes a bit of getting used to the dual pricing, or the pricing that sort of leverages the bigger wallets. You just got to know where to buy things from. Lazada's very good, but you gain questionable quality sometimes.
Yeah, it's potluck.
They sell board shorts at Decathlon. Decathlon wear. That's something you see in Australia. You don't see Decathlons over here, do you? Yeah, iTube exploded. Yeah. We don't want to crash YouTube. That'd be just too scary.
Oh, well, I can see if I can find you one of those Borat.
I just had images of Borat for a second there, and then you just have to say the words, and I'm going, no way. Oh my God, the mankini. Oh my God. Mind you, have you seen some of those stuff? These what they call catwalk fashion designers coming out of Paris, doing men's fashion that look like boxes on. I really, is this some sort of game? Is it like this art game? Because I don't see anybody ever wearing clothes like that. You know the ones I mean? I'd have to go and find them now. But you get some weird male designs of the weirdest things ever. You'd never wear them in a lifetime. But yeah. I digress. Local shops here don't cater for XL t-shirts. I typically bring a few replacements each time from Kmart. No, I'm not XL, of course. I'm only an L size t-shirt, tie size. I was an M size t-shirt in Australia, so I'm just one size different over here. And I didn't put on that much weight. I've still got M size t-shirts that are bigger than the L size t-shirts in my cupboard. So I do know it's not me putting on extra weight. It's definitely a sizing thing that you've got to get used to. But yeah, XL. I actually have had to buy a couple of XL t-shirts as well because the L was just too small. I don't know where they get their sizing from. It's like they make this something, make it up as they go along.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clothing in Thailand you have to try on. Especially if you're in markets, you've got to try it on. There's no one. There is one size fits all, and yeah, you don't want that stuff. Unless, of course, you are the one size that fits, which is usually just size 42, isn't it? One size fits all.
When I first arrived, I mean, yes, I forgot to pack my t-shirts, and we found a lot that were pretty good sizes at the market we went to.
Yeah, but that market you were looking through was the second hands, and that's second hands coming out of America.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, the most of the stuff comes out of America. It just gets picked up and dumped over here into Asia. And they sell it. They get it for cents in the dollar, and they sell those second-hand T-shirts because they got all the Nirvana and all them other things on them, all the branding and all that sort of stuff. They sell them for 200 baht or 150 baht. They make a nice little profit on it. Jorgen, I know. Now I could not sleep. Wazza in a G-string. Now you stay, man. Oh my, give me a number to a doctor.
What has been seen cannot be unseen.
That's right. What you create in your own mind is nothing for us to discuss. Okay. XL Thailand, XL Australia, not same. Yes. Actually, there is a Thai word. Chanya's got to teach it to me again. There is a specific Thai idiom for same. But there is a Thai word. It doesn't sound anything like same.
No, I normally say Morgan, which is similar.
Yeah, but there is a specific word for the same. Somebody was telling me. Chanya was telling me yesterday.
Pat will tell us.
Pat will tell us in a second. I'm sure she will tell us in a second. Yeah. Yes, I have. I've been. Well, apart from I've had some stomach problems, Pat. I've been actively not eating junk food for the last probably 6 to 9 months. Sort of saying, no, I don't need the junk food, I'll just drink more water, so I got the bigger water now, which satisfies not eating junk food. And I've stopped eating Chanya's leftovers. And, as Ricky Gervais says, fat people are fat for one reason. They put too much shit in their fucking mouth. That's it. right? It's the only thing that makes you fat. It's what goes in here. So stop putting stuff in here and you'll lose weight. It's the end of the story. It's not an achievement, he says. It's not an achievement. I just stopped doing things that people normally do, which is waste time putting crap in my mouth, you know? Yeah, anyway. So, yes, that's the thing. But of course, the downside is it does upset your balance as well. Because, you know, you have 50 years of eating junk food and you stop doing it, then your stomach has a bit of a... hey, what did you do? You cut off the dopamine supply. Isn't that how it works? Okay, the best way to get self-confidence, go order a condom, of course, exile, then I'm just trying to you remember. Crazy boy. But yes, I just stopped eating so much, you know. That's the thing, you get to this stage, if you're not out running around doing mad shit things, you know, you're not burning it, so stop, you know, putting it in and letting it sit, you know. It's an equation. What gets me is the fact you never thought about it for the first 30 years of your life, did you?
That's when your metabolism is peakish, so
you never think about it early in your life when you should be really worried about it, you know. Because it is gradual. Brian, I always tell people to stop eating and start walking. Well, I've got the walking machine. I bought the walking machine for Chanya as well. Hardly
talking about this the other day.
Hardly ever gets turned on. Again, like I just got to change a bit more of a routine. I was getting into a really good routine until the hospital, the doctor about 3 weeks ago. Which was, you know, get up in the morning, 15 minutes on the walking machine, then I do half an hour of language study. That gets me the first hour of the day, then I have my coffee, then I'm online, and that's when Todd usually wakes up and we start playing games. That was the thing, I was starting to get into a bit of a routine, but I only did it for like 14 days. I didn't get that 21-day process. I got to restart the whole phase again. But yeah, this is Songkran now, so you just can't get into a routine. These are the things that challenge you when you come to retire, and these are the things that I haven't put much thought into retirement at early retirement, or even any sort of retirement. And I went through that phase at work. Well, how do you exit? You know, all these team building exercises they have at your office. You know, how do you become the next person in the ladder? How do you jump the ladder? How do you get better in the? No, look, I plan to retire. Oh, but you're only 55. You're not nowhere near retirement age. Why would you want to retire? Because I don't need to work. You know. No. So people don't do that. You know, people live paycheck to paycheck. You know, I got 3 months' pay in that bank account. I got this money over here. I've got that portfolio over here. I got that. I don't need anything more, right? I'm here because I enjoy working and doing my job, right? But over the last couple of years, right, I feel the fact that there's no longer that family bond in this company because you keep on selling it to somebody to the highest bidder. You know, so we went through 5 company buyouts in 15 years. You know, from a family-owned company to part of an international corporation called IRI. It's no longer what I joined, but I was loyal and faithful and wanted to be part of the organisation. And then you get slapped in the face. I still haven't got over it yet. I got to get over it one day.
Yeah, that's a bridge you need to. A lot of water's gone under that bridge.
Well, it's the thing, you know. It's all it's
Klaiklaigan. Thank you, Pat.
Klaiklaigan. That's the one. Same. Klaiklaigan. That's it. That's what Chanya told me. Yeah. Just going to take a while to stick in there. Team buildings. That's the one of the reasons I wanted to retire. Yeah, well, that's I kept on saying to these people doing that you pay these guys, and I said, how does a person elegantly set aside the time to move out of the organisation for retirement, right? So we can train people properly and get everything working. They don't even teach that. They've got no idea because people, you know, as soon as they get headhunted, or they said, I'm out of here, I'm going somewhere else, I want more money, more money, more money. And I just didn't play that game. I wanted to go for the loyalty, and yeah. Anyway. Now I exercise. I go get my next beer.
You need to go further than the couch to the fridge and back to the couch.
Oh no, you can do it. As long as you do 10 trips a minute, it's okay. But can you drink that much, you know?
Mayor Groves and I did, but yeah, we had further to walk.
The interesting thing about David saying, do I use a probiotic? Yeah, I have a probiotic every day. Well, it's a Thai version. I used to do Yakult in Australia, but Yakult's more expensive over here. But there is a Thai version of a Yakult. But I take it every day. I just take it out of routine. I don't sort of seem to feel that it gains any benefit, but it keeps things, well, doesn't keep it. The stuff I'm taking now, that medicine's taking effect properly. I wish it would be simple as a probiotic every day, but no. There's something else that's imbalanced. Maybe it's the probiotic, again, because I know Mum takes it. Chanya doesn't take it. You know, sort of saying Mum and I suffer from something, and Chanya doesn't get it. Chanya doesn't do probiotic, whereas me and Mum do. That's a common thing we both, you know, take. Maybe there's something in the probiotic we're allergic to. I don't know, it's one of those sort of things. Enough of my medical problems, I'll deal with them. I'm fortunate to have balance between still working and still being able to live. Yes, I know. I was planning to do something like that. That was something I was working up to. I was going to sell the house. I was going to go move in with one of my friends in Northbridge. And I was going to sort of, you know, continue, you know, work out, dot the T's, cross the I's, and make everything all perfect over that final, you know, year of 2016, 2017. Then I was going to move to Thailand once all the stuff was done. But I just, no, I got a little peeved and said, no, fuck you guys. 15 years. 15 years, and as far as the management is concerned, they don't even know what I do. Well, you'll soon find out what I do, because it won't be getting done anymore. And then what happened? A year later, the company's pretty much insolvent. Well, that division, they lost the contract for Woolworths. They did this, did that, a whole bunch of shit fucking happened. Anyway, wasn't because I left. No, not at all. Don't imagine anything. Yeah, I swear by inner health probiotic. Yeah, well, again, it's probiotics are good for you, but I don't really take any antibiotics either. So mine's more the fact that I've got an overactive something or other that just creates too much stomach acid, and just I've got to retrain my stomach, because 30 years of abuse on the food circuit, then you come and start feeding it good food and no junk food, and it just says, what the fuck have you done to me? Anyway, because I just said the F word a few times now.
That's right.
YouTube will have an issue with that. What else? Okay, so what do we got? We've just gone the hour, have we? Just didn't even notice.
I think so.
We did,
I
yeah.
think so.
We did. Okay, I've got to go and do this thing here with Mika here, but we'll do it over on the Twitch channel.
Red Dead, yes.
So I'm just going to reset for Red Dead. We'll go and do our little mission, and stuff it. Now, if you want to watch the mission, you can just jump on the Discord. Because it's only going to be a mission or two. I'm not going to do a long stream because we've got to get ready for this afternoon. So if you want to watch the Red Dead, jump on and you can watch it on Discord. Okay, end of story. Maybe gluten. Yeah, well, somebody said gluten. Somebody sort of, but again, so I've got to come back to this whole gluten thing. When did gluten become a thing? Right, 15 years ago. Dietary.
Yeah.
And the human race has eaten gluten for like 2,000 odd, 3,000 years without stomach issues, and all of a sudden 15 years ago they did something to gluten to make it incompatible with some gut
Don't know.
biology. I find this one difficult to quantify technically. Right. I know there's lots of studies being done, but there's no real firm proof that gluten does anything to the body. Mind you, but
Gluten's meant to be part of the hunter-gatherer thing, where it's the gathering of the herbivore side of us.
well, gluten is made from the byproduct protein scraps from the abattoirs, which is that's what gluten's the base of gluten is, right?
Okay.
It's a protein byproduct. I'd have to look it up. Chat GPT, where are you? What is gluten made from?
I thought gluten was plant-based if you use the natural gluten, but hey, I'll put my hand up and stand corrected.
Let's have a quick look. Okay, where are we? So, open a new window. Right, come on, Chat GPT. How do you spell gluten? Gluten.
Gluten.
E-N, gluten, made of. Gluten is a protein composite that
Gluten is a protein composite that is found in grains such as wheat, barley, rye, and spelt. It is composed of two main proteins, gliadin and glutenin, which combine with water to form a sticky, elastic mixture that gives bread and other baked goods their chewy texture.
Screen's too small.
The glutenin and
Hopefully I get my
gliadin
new
proteins
glasses
are
soon.
linked
I
together
can't
by
wait till I get
chemical
my new
bonds to
glasses.
form a
Hold on,
network
hold
that
on.
provides structure to the dough, allowing it to rise and hold its shape during baking.
I'm just trying to. Where's the? I'm trying to turn the. This talk. I couldn't hear what you were saying because you said gluten is protein composite found in grains such as wheat, barley, and spelt. I don't know what spelt is. It's composed of two main proteins, gliadin and gluten, which combine with water to form a sticky, elastic mixture that gives bread and other baked goods their chewy texture. Right, okay. The gluten and the proteins chemical bond to form that. I actually thought it was come from abattoirs, but anyway, they're sort of saying it's sort of grains. Yeah, it's interesting because it's okay. There is this celiac disease. That's something that is a proven,
Yeah, celiacs, people that suffer from celiac disease.
Yeah, but I think the reason that another thing why we could look at it, the reason why it's becoming an issue now is, medical intervention and pharmaceuticals and everything else have taken over our own personal ability to self-heal because and now we're finding these people are living rather than dying, and they have incompatible biology with certain things because we've softened them. They've softened their immune system over the last 100 years of what we do. Anyway, that's just your immune system requires you to put it into suffering, into a process state of distress. If you don't do the distress thing, then guess what? It gets soft. And again, that gets back to I need to do more exercise, and I do know I need to do more exercise. So anyway, let's get out of here. Let's go and get this game finished and get ready for this afternoon and get some video done. You got to go and find a charger, charge your phone stuff, and I got to find the buttons to turn this thing off. Okay, peace out, guys. Always fun to have a bit of chat on a Saturday morning with everybody. We'd like you to we'd like you to come in and talk to us rather than me have to read because my eyesight's just getting worse. So I should do what Todd did and go and get my eyes tested. But yeah, just tell me what I already know. I'm getting old. Anyway, we're out of here. Closing screen. Bye for now.